I do an update video because every day there's some kind of new little bullshit that comes up about this whole thing. So what the hell, no harm, no foul. So first we'll deal with the Joneser video where he makes fun of my complaint, because I cited section 517 or whatever, 512 instead of 501. I don't think you hinge your defense on that one, Joneser. It seems like a really limited technicality. So I post a link over to some quotes from Supreme Court justices, like Marshall and the big names on the Supreme Court, about what a complaint has to be. And basically they explain that a complaint, you could write a complaint in fucking crayon, and it's the judge's responsibility to make his best conscientious effort to understand what law may have been broken and if the person has a claim. And if there is a possibility there's a claim there somewhere, the judge is supposed to find it. Obviously, judges don't have to do shit. I mean, they can just throw things in the garbage and use technicality, section 4-743, section B 99945 or whatever. They can just make up a number, find something that nobody's applied in the history of their court, and destroy litigation if that's what they want to do. I mean, they do it all the time. They even have rules now where they don't even have to publish their decision, so which means that it doesn't have any legal precedent, which means you can't cite it in another case. And so they can basically treat you differently than everybody else and get away with it, which is a big joke. So obviously it's going to be about what judge this ends up in whose hands, and in a lot of ways, like I said, this just depends on what happens with the judge. I mean, if he doesn't let me add the other plaintiffs, that'll be good. I'll just file, and I'll file in all the different courts, and eventually I'll get a judge that'll have a brain. But whatever, if you're going to bet on these little tiny technicalities, I think you really are fucked. You better be a little nicer to me, because you're going to be talking settlement pretty soon. But anyway, moving on to be serious. All right, so now she contrives a whole video to explain how she did her drawing of me, and it's the one she still claims is a drawing. And so now she's saying that she basically took an image of me, printed it out in black and white, then transferred it to a wall so she could color over it. And while she was doing that, she actually colored over the L in the word law from my video. She actually colored just part of that L, and she did it in 3 dimensions. Okay, an effect that a ghost effect that would only happen if you're using something like a video or a photo editing software. It doesn't have to be Photoshop to be serious. There's lots of other ones out there. I'm sure you're familiar with some of them. You have used text in your videos. I think you know what editing is. But anyway, it's just, why don't you just let it go? This is like the Holocaust. You're not going to win this argument. You're just doomed. There's no way you're going to demonstrate that image was done by your hand. I mean, you actually did half of my mustache because of the video effect that only half of it showed because of the lighting. I mean, you couldn't even imagine that the person had a whole mustache. I mean, come on, it's silly. I mean, God, this is getting so crazy. I mean, sorry, but this is really, you people are a little bit fucking crazy. So anyway, so moving on now to give me a flake man, Victor. So he did this video, and it's hard to hate Victor. So, had a beer. If we were drunks in a bar, we'd get along. Look, Victor, me and Victor probably get along in most things, as long as we didn't talk politics, because it's like my neighbor. I got a neighbor who's like a Mormon, and we start talking politics or something. Man, I just want to fucking kill him. So yeah, I mean, there's, to be friendly, we have to stay off certain subjects. And it's like that with me and Victor. I mean, we get along as people. But as philosophers or as thinking people, yeah, no way. We don't have anything in common, okay? I mean, nothing, okay? Nothing. What video have you ever done, Victor, that I should find memorable or that should inspire me with something? There's nothing. You did one video where you questioned, well, how are we supposed to change the world? And that really isn't very helpful. I mean, we all have ideas about change, and obviously we all know that the way we have to do the change is to get people to understand. And there's no, I've made this argument before, but there's no point in me talking like nuclear physics with people that can't figure out what a right angle is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if people can't understand the basics, there's no point in me talking anything above that. And if people can't get that it's, you know, it's really stupid for people to be painting Hitler mustaches on people, they can't figure that one out, then yeah, fuck, you know, there's no point in talking to somebody like that. Or even you, I mean, telling me to get a haircut, what the fuck use is that? I mean, if somebody can't figure out that that's a real irrelevant statement, then where are we going? There's no place to go. I mean, you even got people talk in your comments section talking about you know, some sort of penis envy thing, and I'd love to have that contest. Okay, let's have that contest. Let's see where all you little people show up on that scale. But anyway, you people are just such a joke. But anyway, telling me I should leave YouTube, I mean, come on, you really have to resort to that kind of bullshit? You know, yeah, so what? You don't mind if somebody paints Hitler mustaches on you. You don't mind. Well, that's your problem, in my opinion, if you don't have enough self-respect. And obviously your videos really aren't about anything. I guess, you know, somebody, maybe if they put a Hitler mustache on your dog, you might care more, because, you know, you won't be able to get her laid then. But I mean, really, I mean, if who you are and what you represent means so little to you that you don't care, you know, if somebody sticks a 5-year-old's dick in your mouth, you know, using Photoshop, then you're an asshole. I'm sorry, okay, in my opinion. So you can think I'm an asshole for thinking it matters, and I'll think you're an asshole for thinking it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, so yeah, maybe it's an issue of pride. Maybe it is. Maybe it's selfish. I don't know if it's entirely selfish, just because I am defending a philosophy. I stand for something as an individual. That's why I talk about it. I talk about things I can defend. I personally can defend them logically and rationally. I didn't acquire them from somebody. I conceived them, and so they mean something to me. And if somebody's going to paint a swastika on me, they're essentially painting a swastika on my ideology, on my philosophy. That's how I take it. That's how I interpret it. And so fuck you. I can be damn offended. And look, this, you know, you're talking what YouTube is supposed to be and all this kind of crap, and we're supposed to be in some sort of popularity contest. It really doesn't matter. Look, I did a video on instant runoff voting that got 70,000 views. It didn't mean anything to the people watching it because they were morons. You know, so this is a huge battle. It's about composing the message. It's about developing a message through this interaction. This interaction isn't the end game. It's part of the game. It's getting us to a point where we can actually be able to communicate with people on a mass level. And it's about the goddamn ideas, the solution videos, the rest of it. They've got to catch on. Somebody else besides me has got to be talking about it, okay? That's the difference, all right? It's not about me. This message isn't dependent on me. So don't play this ego game shit with me. I mean, it's just such bullshit. You don't go around pissing people off and calling them this and calling them that and starting this and doing all this crap if you're interested in being popular. I mean, really, there's really very little evidence that I'm sucking up to anybody or trying to be popular. All right, and then you bragged about the stupid, because I 5-starred the guy's video because he was complaining because Mel's basket case called him pathetic. I didn't think it was that bad a video. He's just kind of saying, hey, fuck you, Mel, I'm not pathetic, or I'm no less pathetic than you. I mean, you're a pretty pathetic person. And, you know, I thought he made a reasonable argument. And, yeah, frankly, I mean, Mel, you know, whatever. I mean, you read her fucking comments. Even you had to PM her a few times to get her not to think for some paranoid, deranged reason that you were insulting her. So fuck you on that one, too. Yeah, like I said, tell me to leave YouTube and call me shit and all this other crap and saying, you know, look, I mean, like I said, the ideas will mean something. It doesn't matter. The messenger is completely irrelevant. So, I mean, if you want to tie the two together, that sounds like something a 6-year-old does, but that's your choice. So if you want to say my existence on YouTube has been nothing because of this or because of that, that's your, fuck, go ahead and say it. Who fucking cares? It just, you know, you really don't mean that much to me. Then I'm going to worry about your opinion. You're a nice guy, but that's as far as it goes. Like I said, what is your purpose on YouTube? What the hell do you do? I mean, really, I mean, if I go through my brain and try to figure out, well, what has Victor done for my YouTube experience? Yeah, you got me to the Buzzkill video, and so I made a response to her, and she never, never picked her E-Love, so that was kind of a disappointment. So yeah, that was a waste of time. So actually, you've just wasted some of my time. That's the best you've done for me. And I did find out from when you were reading the Bible that it wasn't just 2 by 2 on Noah's Ark. It was 7 pairs of everything, which I didn't realize that. That's a lot of friggin' animals for that ark. All right, so anyway, what else? So yeah, you're gonna write me off, fine. And yeah, hang out with your new friends. The BCJ guy, he makes a lot of great videos, right? I mean, really profound and interesting stuff. Can't think of one offhand.
And you got a lot of your new friends now too are real principled people. The white-only types. And so whatever. So the end. Period. So we're done. We're finished. Something I wanted to add real quick. Yeah, I used to have a website, still have it, but I haven't updated. It's called donotgo.com. And so, yeah, look, I'm not new to this fighting the assholes of the internet. I've had anonymous cowards fuck with my life before. I've had them email the mayor of my town trying to get to me. I mean, there's assholes on the internet. I've been against them before, and the fact that ran into them here on YouTube and I'm going to fight them in court really isn't a huge surprise.